Hello, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. So we have our new Obama crisis of the week. What else is new? This time it's got a big scary name. Instead of fiscal cliff or debt ceiling, this time it's sequestration. Sounds like the Bigfoot monster, Sasquatch. But don't panic about the so-called sequestration. It's just another Obama scam. There are many more things to panic about that are more important and more urgent than sequestration. The economy's in free fall. Gas prices are skyrocketing. Walmart calls their sales to start 2013 a total disaster. That's a quote. Now, those are things to panic about. But hey, the president is on the job. Our fearless leader, Obama, is just back from a swing state. You know, the kind of place where you work on your golf swing? He was consulting on the economy with Tiger Woods and Butch Harmon. He must think the answer's in the golf hole or the sand trap or the clubhouse. While Michelle was off playing in Aspen. You wouldn't accept this storyline if it was a fictional movie script. Too unrealistic. This country under Obama is becoming one big scam. A Ponzi scheme. Obama's the guy running the Ponzi, playing the role of Bernie Madoff, but the mainstream media is certainly playing the role of his accomplice. Exhibit A is the so-called sequestration. It was the Obama administration that gave us the sequestration. Even Bob Woodward, the famous investigative journalist of Watergate fame, said the sequester was Obama's idea. Now Obama gets back from his tough golf weekend with Tiger Woods and claims sequestration is the end of the world. Funny, he never mentioned it was his idea in the first place. He never mentioned that the specific Obama lackey who created the idea was Jack Lew, who Obama just nominated to become Treasury Secretary. That's right. Sequestration is such a bad idea, causing such an economic crisis, that Obama's rewarding the guy who thought it up by putting him in charge of the entire U.S. economy. Where are the screaming headlines in the mainstream media pointing out that Obama is the world's biggest liar and the world's biggest hypocrite? To make this Saturday Night Live skit even funnier, Obama, the man of the working people, the man of the middle class, first picked a tax cheat, Timothy Geithner, as his first-term Treasury Secretary. Then for his second term, he picked Jack Lew, who invests his money in a Cayman Islands fund housed in the building that Obama's called the greatest tax scam in the world. You couldn't make this stuff up. With guys like that in charge of the economy and our tax system, it sure sounds like a Ponzi scheme to me. Obama also claimed that the sequestration cuts will cause job losses among policemen, firemen, and teachers. You know, I'm sorry to laugh, but why isn't the media pointing out that policemen, firemen, and teachers are hired on the local and state level? Obama's caught in another fabrication, all part of the big scam that's the Obama economy. And oh, by the way, aren't there other government employees besides policemen, firemen, and teachers? Shouldn't the media point out to only bring up these three classes of government employees is a complete con? Did you know the average government janitor is paid $600,000 more over his or her lifetime than a janitor working in the private sector? Why doesn't Obama mention janitors when we talk about cutting government spending? Because the image of a government janitor or a meat inspector would not bring tears to voters' eyes. It wouldn't sell his Ponzi scheme. And yet, the media doesn't point it out. Not a thing. Why doesn't the media point out that Obama spent us into bankruptcy by adding almost $6 trillion to the national debt in only 4 years? So if anyone loses their job, it's not because of the minuscule $85 billion sequestration. That's a spit in the ocean. It's because of the $6 trillion of reckless spending by Obama over the last 4 years. So Obama's to blame for people losing their jobs. Why doesn't the media point this out? Because they're accomplices in the Ponzi scheme. Why aren't they pointing out that the economy's in shambles, that gas prices have risen 32 days in a row, that Walmart executives are calling sales a total disaster? That's a quote. While President Obama, who supposedly cares about the people, golfs with Tiger Woods, works on his golf swing with Butch Harmon, parties at billion-dollar resorts on Valentine's weekend with the world's most notorious womanizer, with the press denied access, with his wife on a separate vacation in Aspen. Do you think the media would be silent about all of this if the presidential couple partying in Florida and Aspen, separate from each other at Valentine's weekend, while the economy's in a tailspin, were Ronald and Nancy Reagan? The reality is we have an economic crisis because of Obama. He spends too much. He taxes too much. He wastes our money on green energy. It isn't working. The chickens are coming home to roost. The first quarter is a total disaster because Obama raised income taxes on the rich and payroll taxes on the middle class. And when you tax people, guess what? they have less money to spend. At the same time, everyone's getting hit with rocketing gas prices while Obama wastes your money on solar energy scams, on wind energy scams, on electric cars that no one wants to buy, on fraudulent biofuel standards that are impossible to obtain. Obama declares millions of acres of oil-rich lands off limits to drilling. His EPA drives the coal industry out of business, and we wonder why gas and energy prices are skyrocketing. The economy's in meltdown because of Obama, because of Obama's policies. In response, he spends his weekends consulting with Tiger Woods and Butch Harmon, yet the media says nothing. Just another day in Obamageddon. The sequestration isn't a threat, folks. That's the weapon of mass destruction. The greatest threat to the future of America is Obama. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless America.